Hi, I'm Darlene and I'm here to tell you my story. I was raised by a single parent. She fed me and clothed me and gave me a roof over my head, but there wasn't much love in the house. Um, we didn't hug or kiss or anything like that. You just worked hard, ate, went to sleep, and got up and did it all over again the next day. We had a pretty contentious relationship, and I left home at 18 to be with a fellow that said he loved me. I learned a lot in those 4 years, how to fight and drink, and learned that everybody doesn't tell you the truth. And that began my angry journey through life. I even went off to be a hippie in the late 60s. Did all the drugs and all the hippie stuff in those days. And somewhere along the line you grow up from being a hippie and realize it's not all it's cracked up to be. You like things like having a job and having money and all that stuff. So I came back from California, where California dreaming, that's where all the hippies went. Came back from California. Was still very angry in my life, very striving and fighting my way through life, and had no peace, and looking for love in all the wrong places, as they say, and never finding it. And, a number of failed relationships, and I had a failed relationship and I was at the bottom of my barrel. I went to work the next day and there was a Christian girl. I'm gonna cry because I always cry when I tell my story. There was a Christian girl there who had tried to get me to go to church before, and I figured, well, I believe in God and I'm not that bad of a person, you know, I didn't do the things those other hippies did, and don't kill anybody or do anything bad. So I had never gone to church with her, but I spilled my guts that morning, and she invited me to church. It happened to be a Wednesday, and I didn't really want to go to church, but she was being kind and I didn't want to go home, and I wanted to make the person that had made me upset suffer. So I went to church with her, and it was like the pastor there knew my whole life story. And he gave the altar call, but I didn't want to walk up there in front of all those people. There was about 300 people there on a Wednesday night. Yeah, and everybody got up and they were talking afterwards, and God really spoke to my heart. And I went and tapped her on the shoulder and I says, "Is that the only way you could get saved?" She says, "Oh no." And we walked up to the front, to the altar, and she prayed with me, and I confessed I was a sinner. And I asked Jesus into my heart, and it was like the weight of the world was lifted from my shoulders. I can't explain it. I experienced it, and it was the most wonderful thing I'd ever experienced. My life has changed little by little since then. It didn't become perfect. It's not perfect now. Probably won't be perfect in the next 20 years. But the love that I sought all my life, I found through Jesus. After I gave my life to Jesus and the Holy Spirit came to live in my heart, I could not get enough of the words in the Bible. I devoured it. There were so many answers in there of questions I didn't even know I had. There was peace and there was joy and there was just so much. I still read it daily and I still can't get enough of it. I love the Word.